So, to start off with coast here, we use a trick called stuck jumping. We place the barrel in between the moving doors so that the barrel gets stuck, and while it's stuck it will try to free itself by pushing everything away. And we are able to take advantage of this by jumping into the barrel ourselves, so that it gives us a pretty big speed boost, as you can see. It's around 18,000 units per second, I think. And it's much faster than just bunny hopping a straight line on the pier, because we are able to get the speed instantly. So we get down to the ground here, we slope jump off the logs and on top of the road here, and just enter the tunnel to the next level. So in the next level we punt the roadblock in such an angle that it makes a ramp, and we slope jump off this ramp in order to jump over the clippers that is in front of us. And we tried really hard to clear the gap over the ocean, but unfortunately we weren't able to, because you can't shark in this engine the same way as you can in new engine. Basically, if you fall down to the water, you can't bounce off of it. You'll just lose speed if you can't touch the ground, so it wasn't really worth it. So we just did this, and we land here on the slope. We don't take any fall damage, and then just do some bunny hopping, clear this little gap here, and yeah, we do another slope jump through the hole here, enter the next level. Some more bunny hopping. And we don't have to use the crane here, we can just slope jump to the road here, take the medkit, take as many jumps as we can on the road here to get more speed. And up to the next map. So this map is pretty interesting. We have to position ourselves very precisely in front of the roller mine, and to do this we, instead of jumping, trying to airstrafe straight into it, we can bounce off the ground here without doing anything. You'll just bounce off the ground if it's sloped and you have some speed. So we get this bump, and that allows us to position ourselves precisely in front of the roller mine to get this big jump. And this jump here, the next jump, is actually pretty funny how I came up with it. We were originally supposed to do a SMG nade damage boost over the next gap, but I just thought that maybe we can do a gravity gun jump. And I just no-clipped myself into the air, gave myself some speed, and I tried to gravity jump. And to my surprise, it actually worked. So when I actually tried to do this trick in the segment, I wasn't able to do it for like 2 hours. I was trying so hard, but in the end I actually got it, so it was really lucky the way that I was able to come up with this route and actually make it work. So we land this jump by performing an edge bug on the railing, and an edge bug is a glitch that allows you to not take any fall damage by landing on the very edge of a brush and sliding off of it. So let's say you're about to perform an edge bug. You start off in midair, you land on the edge, and then you slide off that edge, and then you're back in midair again. So what happens is that all of this happens so quickly that the game, before it can even check whether you've been on the ground or not, you're already back in the air. So it never really knows that you've been on the ground, and thus it never applies fall damage to you. So in this next map we perform another gravity jump similar to what you have seen a few levels ago. We again use the sign as a ramp and clear this gap here, and we perform this really cool gravity flying trick. It's similar to flying, but you use a gravity gun and you don't really jump off of the prop, you just kind of like slide off, and yeah, we use that to get on top of the bridge and just bunny up on the fence here. We land on the slope again and not take any fall damage, and slope jump into the tunnel. So in this map, not much happens here. We just bunny up here, like go over the cliffs. It's like a shortcut, and we can't clear the gap again because we don't get enough speed from bunny hopping. So in this level, we are supposed to go down the cliff onto the pathway, and there is actually a push trigger that prevents you from like normally jumping down to it. So we have to perform a gravity jump again in order to give ourselves a good angle to get around that push trigger and actually be able to enter the next map. And on this map, just some bunny hopping again, take some supplies, and then slope jump onto the cliffs here. There was a cliff brush that we jumped off, and now we are kind of above the map. So we can re-enter this by jumping into the displacement. You can't see it here, but like we jump into the ceiling from the other side, and in this engine you can just clip through the displacements very easily. The game just pushes you through. In new engine, if you try to do that, you would just get stuck and you probably wouldn't get out until you save load. And we fly off to get some speed and enter the next map again. And here we are at the last level of Coast. Again, not much happens here, just some bunny hopping, and we are able to slope jump off the cliffs to reach places that we are not supposed to reach. And we enter this tunnel here, and we actually do a trigger delay. And trigger delay is a trick where you spam weights before you enter the change level trigger, and that way you can reposition yourself anywhere you want on the map. And once the weights have all been used up, wait, by the way, is a console command. It tells the game to wait 1 frame. So after all of them have been used up, the change level trigger will then get executed. So by the time you can be like way away from the original loading area, so by the time that happens, you can reposition yourself and you'll spawn in a different place on the next map. So we just use that to spawn out of bounds, and here it is, Coast.